Hello and welcome to the video. What you're looking at right now is a all-band mobile antenna. It is the OPEK HVT 400 mobile antenna, and I'm going to talk about having antenna restrictions and what you can do about it. And this is one of my ideas that I came up with. And we're in a home in the suburbs, Chicagoland suburbs, and there's restrictions where you can't have an antenna outdoors, HOA restrictions. So if you have that, you might want to continue watching this video. So I've always pretty much operated HF with restrictions. Prior to living in the suburbs, lived in Chicago in a high-rise, and I actually used a Slinky as an antenna. I'll probably maybe do a video on that, but for now we're doing the OPEK HVT 400 all-band mobile antenna. So let me show you what I've got here. So just basically, let me show you that's I think it's about a 48-inch antenna. It almost touches the ceiling. Okay. And so here's what we got. So basically, let me get in closer. This antenna is an all-band mobile antenna. And what it does is, or how it allows you to get on all bands, is with this little wanderer wire, this wire here, that you tap into different points along the coil. So as you can see here, here's different points along the coil. And right now it's set up for 40 meters. If you want to have it resonate on 20 meters, then what you would do is you would tap into here. This is for 15. This is for 10. And this is for 6. Okay, so use the shaky camera. So what I've done is let me get in a little bit more. The way I mount this, I came up with this idea, is this piece here is a music stand tripod. So usually the music stand goes right here, where you attach that wheel, you put your sheet music or whatever if you're a musician. And so I took that piece off, and then I got a mirror mount that usually you attach truckers or anyone that wants to mount a mirror or want to mount an antenna on there. Usually if you have a heavy duty like a truck or something, you attach it to that metal piece. And so I clamped it to this music stand tripod. Now, because as I showed you that the antenna is pretty high, I think it's about 48 inches or so, that this tripod, you can have it as you'd normally have when you're using it as a music stand, because it would be like any type of speaker stand or music stand. The legs are more at I guess a 45-degree angle, I would say. But I couldn't do that because the antenna would hit the ceiling. So what I did, I flattened it out. As you can see, there's a clamp here where you can slide this up when you, right here. There's a clamp there that when you release this, you can actually fold those legs in so it's parallel with the stem here, the tubing, and so it makes it easy to carry around. But on the other hand, when it's extended all the way, then it's standing straight up. So I just slid it up enough so that it would flatten out onto the carpet. And so basically, that's all it is. The antenna is connected here. And you have this, which I guess is the insulator. And so I have it on a tuner too, and it tunes up pretty well. I can get about, sometimes down to 1:1, but 1.3 to 1.5 isn't bad. I've actually gotten into, the last couple of days, I was on 40 meters. And the band was open and it was very good. And I got into Spain a couple of times. So I've always operated with indoor antennas, either using a dipole to get on 10 meters or a slinky, like I said, to get on a few different bands, or like a ham stick or something designated for that band. I also have an isoloop or isotron antenna, isoloop, I guess they call it, isotron, bilateral isotron, and I've got that for 15 meters. I'll maybe talk about that next time. And just so you kind of see, so I have the coax running along the baseboard to the radio. This is my TP-Link, where I have an Ethernet connection to the laptop. These are great, but and then this piece here on the carpet, sometimes I'll attach this, screw that in. As you can see, it's got a screw here to the mount here, and that piece is supposed to give it like a little bit of a ground, so to speak. You know, when you mount an antenna, I think that's a TriStar ground or something they call it. The other night I had to use it, and it worked good. And then just like after that, about 2 days later, I had to take it off because it didn't seem to be working. So I think things could change. But, and also what I've done is too, sometimes I will attach a 20 feet of coax to the bottom of this, and what it does, believe it or not, it kind of acts like a counterpoise. And so what it does is I take it and I run it along the carpet, or I'll put it up on one of the closet doors, open up the door and string it up there higher and just let it hang. And it kind of acts like a counterpoise, which gives the antenna something to push back on. Sometimes I'll need it, sometimes I won't. So if you're having some problems with restrictions, this setup has worked really good for me. And as you can see, I have it by a window. So I think that's a good position for it, because you're going to not be going through the walls, and through the window I think you get better transmission. And like I said, yeah, it's a good antenna for me. Actually, they say you can get on to 80 through, I guess, 6 meters. And I think you can even do 2 meters, something like that. You have to change the whip length up and down. And for 80, you pull that wire off and you just use the whole coil. So Once again, this is the HVT 400, which is made by a company called OPEK. So I can actually recommend it because, like I said, I've talked into Europe on it, get into Canada. I've gotten into the islands, Bahamas, or some of the Caribbean islands, and of course, I don't use any power or anything like that. All right, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, you can leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, thank you.